Hey guys, and welcome back to Trekking with the Castros, where we share our everyday life and homeschooling adventures and travel as a family of 6. If you saw our last video, you know that we have a new adventure on the horizons. I'm curious if you have a guess as to what that could be. If you do, I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you could drop it below in the comment section, I would like to read through them. We would love for you to subscribe to our channel if you are interested in keeping up with us and our adventures on our everyday life, and so that you do not miss any videos. I've been planning this adventure for a while now. It's taken a long time and a lot of details to kind of make it all happen and to fall into place. Our family is super excited and we're counting down the days. So let's find out what our next adventure is.
Okay.
All right, guys. Where is our next adventure going to be?
We're going to Italy!
That's right, we are going to Italy. We will be visiting Rome, Florence, and Venice. While we're there, traveling between different cities, we are going to be traveling by train and by car. And when we go through car, we will be doing a little midway pit stop in one of the much smaller cities to just kind of explore it. I hear it's really, really cute. I will let you know what that city is in another video. And we will be filming as much of the trip as we can. This will be our first time filming any of our trips, so you'll have to bear with me a little bit, but we will be filming it to share with friends and family and anyone else who wants to see it as much as we can. So some details about our trip. We will be traveling a little under 3 weeks. For our flights, everybody has their own seat, obviously, except for our 1-year-old. I really went back and forth on if I should get her own seat, but to save money, I didn't, and I'm already kind of regretting that decision. I think that I will never do that again. I think she will always have her own seat from moving forward. We are not going to stay in hotels. We're staying in apartments so that there's a kitchen and there's multiple bedrooms for sleeping and to just kind of spread out after a long day. And there's nothing worse than having to go to sleep when your kids go to sleep for 3 weeks because you're all in the same room and you don't want to keep anybody else up. And sleeping with toddlers and babies, well, it just can make or break your trip depending on how everyone sleeps. Also, we think it's pretty important to see what everyday life is like, and living and being and staying in the apartment, I think is going to allow for us to experience that a little more than versus a hotel. The only thing I'm really worried about is a European washing machine, which we've never used before. We hear that the washing part is pretty good, but the drying part doesn't always dry the clothes. So hopefully we can just line dry them and hang them to finish drying, and that we won't get stuck with a bunch of wet clothes on a day of travel. So that'll be a little planning ahead of time. It is definitely going to be an all-around new experience because we haven't traveled with our 3 youngest kids out of the country before. Edwin and I both traveled a bit, and our family has traveled a good bit in the States, but we have not gone to an international trip with our 3 youngest. We did Edwin and I took Aubrey to England when she was 2, and I was pregnant with our 2nd oldest. And then last November, Edwin and I did a quick little holiday to Ireland. So other than that, recently we have not. So back to Italy, I got a little sidetracked. One of the things I did do was I left certain days just completely unplanned so that we could do whatever we wanted to, or just have a chill day in the apartment or adjust attitudes. I specifically left the day after a travel day completely unplanned so that we could adjust to the time change, and then we could visit the grocery store and stock up on some things like milk for the baby and the toddlers, and if we needed to just have like a mental undo day, we can do that. So especially for this trip, I did book all the activities in like museums that we wanted to do ahead of time because it was significantly cheaper to book it ahead of time, and nobody wants to stand on a long line for an hour trying to get tickets in a different country. And then by time you gotten your tickets, everybody's having meltdowns and the little ones are completely over it, and it's just a not fun, miserable experience. So that's why I bought things ahead of time, so we could just skip the lines and just go straight into the activity and kind of hopefully spare our sanity and our marriage through all that. I did make dinner reservations every night because everything that I had read and seen and talked about says that because it's such a popular destination for people to travel, that it can be difficult to find an open table, and Italians eat at like 7 and 8 p.m. So I wanted to make sure that since we were having to eat so late, we knew the place we were going to go and the time that we were going to go there, because it allowed us to kind of plan for lunch and snack time a little better, to hold over the growling, hungry, angry bellies of the little ones, especially because we have a larger group of 6 people to just walk in and to have an open table. Breakfast and lunch, I did not make reservations. I did pick the places in advance, but obviously we have a few spots open to switch things around if we want to, or if we're just walking and we come along a better place to eat. I'm completely open to switching it up. I just didn't want to have to stand there in the street with everybody having meltdowns while Edwin and I try to figure out how far away is each place and where do we want to eat. It just kind of eliminates the indecisiveness and hopefully eliminates a possible frustration in the middle of the street with tired people. A few other things that we have planned is a family friendly winery tour while we're in Florence. We also have a family friendly pizza cooking class because our son is pizza obsessed right now. And we have a private chef coming into the apartment to do a adult cooking class with Edwin and I. All right, guys, can you tell everyone where our next adventure will be?
We're going to Italy!